What's happening, people? It is us. We're back again for another Coast to Coast. Myself, Brandon, Wars World, CK2K. How's everybody doing? What's up, Brandon? How you doing, man?
What's up, people? What up, CK? What up?
Not much, man. It's been a interesting week. Not crazy. Not nothing crazy. Nothing too much. But there's been things that happened this week, and we gonna address them, man.
There's some crazy stuff. There's a bunch of Tim Donaghy's back in the league now.
Oh, man, Tim Donaghy's back in the league. We got mayors cussing out owners. Like it's been an interesting week. We got more jerseys being added to the billions that are already in each team's repertoire. A lot of stuff going on. Mm-hmm. But one main thing that went on this week, we got an addition to our 50-50 board. As you see, we're at 9 once again. That's again, we moved up. We were at 8 last week. We're at 9 this week. And we want to thank a two-time offender because he already was on our list. And he jumped on the list again. Mr. James Harden dropping 50 piece on Brandon's Lakers on TNT in a triple double effort. Yeah, there was a lot of flopping going on. We're going to talk about the refereeing and all those kind of things later on. But shout out to the 50-50 board. James Harden, that was the big plus from that game. James Harden added to the board. We got 9. We wanted 10. We want at least 10 going into 2019, and we already at 9, so we just need 1. And I'm wholehearted. I told Brandon this before we got on. I'm wholeheartedly expecting Giannis Antetokounmpo to drop 50 on the Knicks on Christmas. The minute Hazonia steps on that court, Giannis is going to see red, and then that's it. So, David, if you listen to your boy, don't play Mario. Okay, Christmas, you know what? Just give Mario the night off. Matter of fact, give him the night off for the rest of the season if you really want my opinion. Anyways.
Man does not like Mario Hazonia at all.
He's just there, man. And that's the funny thing. I'm on 2K. I'm on the Knicks. Hazonia is one of my favorite people to play with on the Knicks. He is butter on 2K. Just not that way in real life.
Yeah, B. It was on TNT, but somehow every game for us now, even nationally televised, is blocked out in Orange County. Thanks, Time Warner. We appreciate it.
I did see that. Because normally when I watch games on TNT, and you guys especially, because I was in Sling app, yes. I wouldn't have a problem. But that time, for whatever reason, just wasn't letting me in. So that was fun for you guys. But that's what Reddit's for,
Reddit came in clutch, but Time Warner can go kick rocks.
Okay, rocks. Isn't Time Warner Spectrum anyways, and aren't you guys partnered with Spectrum? That makes no sense.
Well, YouTube. I mean, it's still a nationally televised game. That's how the NBA holds those rights. It's not.
No. Oh God, what happened? Something happened. Once again, these sounds. I'm not used to the sounds, but something happened. I think someone subbed. If you subbed, welcome. Glad to have you. Make sure you check out Brandon's channel as well. It's in the eye and in the description below. But thanks for the sub. Appreciate you. But what?
Yeah, it's a nationally televised game, so at the end of the day, it should be on TV.
Facts. No, I'm agreeing with you on that, but I'm talking about the fact that, but it's not. But you guys, you blame Time. You just blame Time Warner, but it's not Time Warner's fault because it didn't work on Sling either. It's not working on online and stuff, so it was everywhere. Something just happened. I don't know. That was weird. That was a weird situation, but shout out to the chat. Shout out to the 22 in here right now. You guys are amazing. I see Stun Z saying yo. We see Sear saying the tank is still rolling. I don't think the tank really stopped rolling, but I mean, it takes momentary stops. I mean, we're 9-22 at this point, bro. I'm staying heavy on my prediction of 32, but it's not looking good for us right now. We could talk about that in a little bit because we're about to talk about the Knicks and the Lakers woes from today. We're going to break that down a little bit on both sides. The tank is not looking good. We'll get to that. What's up, B? What's up, BOT? Bilal, what's good? The MVP of last week he has arrived. Dean, never forget, Brooklyn is the king of New York. CK. We don't talk about that. That was a one-day thing.
Keep it alive.
The memes have been continuing this entire week, and I hate all of you for it. Quit and trade Mario. I'm with it. Apparently, there's a deal since the Lakers get so many national TV games, some of them will be blocked out. Okay, makes sense. So that's just an LA
Still-
problem. So y'all just have to
Still,
stop crying.
still dumb.
Just don't cry about it. Just go to Reddit. You'll be okay. You'll live.
Mm-mm.
At least you have the option to watch all your games on TV, Brandon. I
You
would
s-
love to have the MSG network on my TV, but I don't have it. Okay?
I wonder why.
Okay? So you
I,
just deal with
I wonder
it.
why.
So deal with it. Listen to my man Sear. Smash the thumbs up. And then hit subscribe to both channels. Melvin said, yo, CK, legend of winning, said Frank Robinson and Vonleh for Lonzo. What you think? Who said that? Look, I love Lonzo, okay? I would love to have Lonzo as a Knick, but that's too many names on that
Melvin.
list. That's
Melvin.
too many names on that list. I'm good, bro. I'm good.
You're getting real foolish right here.
I would love to have Lonzo as a Knick, but that not for that cost. I'm sorry. When you doing the 2K show, I know. I'm sorry. I have not been able to stream. It's a Christmas time, yo. I'm trying to, I'm spending time with family. I'm out here making these videos. As you see, the last 2 videos, one of them was in the car. One of them was streamed on my couch. Like, I'm trying. We gonna get back to streaming. I got some fun stuff. What's happening? Bilal, appreciate that $1, man. Look at you, man. Continuing. I didn't even say it. Low did. Is that really a thing?
Low.
Who's Low?
Who's low?
Like, what's his name? That stupid ESPN guy? What's his name? Something Low. What's his name?
Zach Lowe?
There it is. I can't stand him.
You don't like Zach Lowe?
I don't like Zach. He's one of those other fake Knicks fans that are on ESPN.
Wait, he's a Knicks fan?
Right?
He's in the LA media. I'm confused.
Hold on.
Are we talking about the same person?
No, Zach Lowe. Yeah, Zach Lowe. He 100%. Look him up. He's from New York. Look him up. And when he goes on what's the show? What's Rachel's show? Which is The Jump. They always tag him as the residential Knicks fan because he's from New York and he grew up being a Knicks fan and all that BS. He's such a fake Knicks fan. I hate him. I hate him. I hate Zach Lowe. I hate him. I hate him.
What the hell?
Last time the bank froze my account, well then stop donating. Pull out, save your money, bro. We appreciate you over here on Coast to Coast, but save your money, man. I'll watch you.
Freaking
Zach Lowe's a turd bucket. Yeah, man, he's just such a fake, man. Like, I would take. This is a bold statement, but I would take Stephen A. Smith's Knicks comments over his, because Zach Lowe's just so fake. Stephen A.'s not much better, but
do not go on Wikipedia because they're asking people to donate.
What are you talking about?
I guess they're in trouble. I looked up Zach Lowe and like this big pop-up says to all our readers in the U.S. It's a little awkward, so we'll go straight to the point. This Sunday, we're humbly asking to defend Wikipedia's independence.
Oh my gosh. It's crazy times in the world right now. You know what? Look, I know we have a show to go through, but I want to show everybody this. I'm really curious to see what this is.
I don't know if it's just because I typed up Zach Lowe or like this is.
No, I have a thing saying if everyone reading this gave $3, we could keep Wikipedia thriving for years to come. See, the thing is, I don't really trust Wikipedia like that, so I'm not gonna give you $3 of my
Me
money.
neither.
I apologize.
Me neither.
There's a huge internet for me to get my information from. I mean, Wikipedia has helped me out in some of my Knicks stories, like for like the loose ends I need to put together. But other than that, Wikipedia, even that can't be trusted sometimes.
Kick rocks.
Yeah. What's good, Uber Nation? How you doing, man? Much love back at you. Same with Frank I Saw. Frank I Saw is another one. Oh God, yeah. Some of these mainstream Knicks media guys I cannot stand, man. Cannot stand. But anyways, we got a show to go to. Let's get to that. Chat, you guys are amazing. Let's have some of the show. Peso Carta, what's good? Welcome. Again, if you guys have not already subbed to my friend here, Wars World, Brandon Warren, we are on episode 8. Go subscribe to him. Content is coming when it comes. And if you haven't subscribed to me, do that. Okay? Do that. Also, hit the like button. Frank Frax, Delano Frax. All right, let's get into today's show. What we like to do is on Sundays, we like to, especially when our teams play, more times than not, we both end up playing on Sundays. So we did, and sadly, neither of us have good news because both of our teams got beat, one worse than the other, but it doesn't matter because they're both L's at the end of the day. So we will briefly break down both teams. We can get Brandon's out of the way because his was a little bit worse. I'm not going to say much about the Knicks game. There were a few positives, but not many. But For those who did not know, the Lakers took on the struggling Washington Wizards today. They got schmackety smacked.
Took a massive L today.
They took a big one. John Wall decided to go off for no reason.
He had to prove that he was the better point guard because I guess it was in question. So
I guess, yeah. But we're gonna let Brandon have the floor and just what was any takeaways? Was there any positive? I mean, you guys came off of such a good win in Charlotte. Actually, we both came off of great wins in Charlotte. You know what I'm talking about? See, look, we got a lot of common Lakers and Knicks. Okay, we don't just share big medias. All right, we do things separately. We both came out of good wins in Charlotte, but yours was a little bit more convincing than ours. We had to take ours took overtime. Yours was pretty convincing from the second quarter. And then you guys go and lay an egg in Washington. Explain that.
I think it was just quick payback from us giving the Hornets an ass whooping. So it's just, I guess it's one of those like 5-6 games that you have throughout the season where it's just like can't do nothing. You try and work on things while you're at the end of the game, and then get ready for the next one because I don't think we were really in it even in the first half.
No, they jumped on your necks early.
Yeah. Early. So it's just one of those games where it's just you weren't gonna have it, and get ready for the next game. Our next game is
y'all playing Brooklyn next, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
I only know that because I'm a huge Brooklyn Nets fan. I don't know if you knew that, so I know the.
I know from last Sunday.
Yeah, huge Brooklyn Nets fan. So that's the only reason why I knew that. I hate it's been a meme all week, and you know what? I appreciate you guys for loving the lore and the jokes that we have here on Coast to Coast, but like even today, I can't remember who it was. I think it was I'm not gonna name names, but I got tweeted today talking about, hey CK, don't worry, man. I know the Knicks lost, but hey, at least your Nets put up 144 points. I know that should make you proud. I was so upset. Hey, y'all hilarious, so I appreciate the jokes. But tough loss. We got some other things that we're gonna bring up that had to do with this game later on in the show. And I just watched it right now happening. And we're gonna talk about that later. But no positive. It's just another game. Move on, right? Y'all lost.
Right.
Hitting the note. Yeah, I understand. I completely understand.
Forget this game.
Yep, didn't happen.
Yep.
I do have one question before we move on. Thomas Bryant looks good.
Oh Lord, here you go.
You don't like him?
No, I mean
he's not a starter, but he's what? It's what, second, third year? He's a good stretch four. He's stretch 4 or 5.
He's 6'11".
Hustle guy.
He's in between. He's a tweener.
But I'm saying he'd be good in a rotation, not as a starter, but off the bench. I say this because I know when we played him too, he played sovereign. I mean, not to say that he a guy that should be starting somewhere. No, I'm saying he'd be a solid rotation guy in one of these playoff teams, possibly if they had a spot for him, because he plays today's NBA game pretty well. He still makes some mistakes. He's young, but
he's definitely one of those players that just he looks lost, especially on the defensive end, but he'll cover it up with a lot of hustle
plays, man. Yeah. I just had to troll with that. Yeah. See, I look up how many steals did Lonzo have. I look up, and literally every time I look up, Lonzo just got a steal. That kid, man. Last question. Is it too early to put him in the conversation for DPOY?
Who?
Lonzo Ball?
Yeah.
You don't think so? I saw one of y'all Laker YouTubers make a solid video about that. I didn't watch it, but I saw piece about it. I was like, I guess.
His defense is good. It's underrated, actually.
It's very underrated. Yeah. I think so too. I think it's just being Bleacher Report and all. I don't know, man. Look, man.
People focus on offense too much.
People focus on the highlights. Not many people watch the games. They just focus on what they see in highlights and the trolls and stuff like that. Trust me, as a Knicks fan, I understand that. Because look, nobody knows about Frank Ntilikina, but that's just what happens. Anyways, Lakers happen. Lakers got schmackety-schmack. They playing the Brooklyn Nets. They'll probably get back on track after they beat Brooklyn. D'Lo's probably going to have a John Wall type game and just getting his feelings a little bit against you guys, Why didn't you trade me for him? And he's going to get blocked by Lonzo, and then they're going to fight.
Now that That is.
Well, I mean, D'Lo's gonna try to fight, and Alonzo's gonna be like, "Yo, I don't do that extra stuff." Anyways, let's talk about the Knicks. And again, this is gonna be a short conversation because I mean we lost, but it was a good game until the end of the quarter. I just love the fact that we played a good fourth quarter, a solid second quarter, another great third quarter, and then we just fell asleep in the fourth. You know, normally the Knicks, a lot like the Lakers did today, the Knicks just fall asleep in that first quarter, and all of our games are catch up the entire game. And today we didn't do that. We played good all the way up until the end when, you know, Cantor just – you could look at Cantor on paper, and then the way I talk about it is like he had 2 points and like 5 boards. But Cantor had a 2013 or 2015 game. He had a solid on-paper game. He looked like an old-school 90s player where he just – rocked it on the boards, got these easy buckets, these strong buckets, but can't play no damn defense to save his life and was exposed. And I don't know, man.
Got all that height and can't protect the paint.
I don't understand what it is. The dude is a strong guy. It's just like he gets flat-footed and stupid on defense. Like his build, he should be a solid defensive player. Like he's a rebound extraordinaire. He's soft around the rim on offense, but like on defense, he just looks like a big clumsy fool, and it's so frustrating. Like I'm there wanting your boy Luke Cornett that you didn't know was a Knick or he was even a player in the NBA last week on post on who we play for. I'd rather him out there playing than Cantor because he hustles on both ends and he can stretch and hit the three. I don't know, man. It was just frustrating. And it's not only his fault, but he's the one that because he was getting killed by Hibbert. Thaddeus Young pulled a Kawhi Leonard on him and wasn't even facing him and got a steal. I was like, my God. It's just he gets on my nerves. And then Tim Hardaway was just there. I mean, he had 19 points, but Tim Hardaway was just continuing to roll along trash. He started off the season looking like an all-star. Now he'd be lucky to get 2 votes. Mario Hezonja. Do I need to even say anything else about Mario Hezonja?
That's your guy.
Oh my God. Like it's just irritating. And
that's Chris's guy, everybody. Let's get him to tweet that this time instead of
Jesus Christ. Right, yeah. Mario Hezonja is by far the Knick with the highest ceiling. That's what I would tweet. No, get the hell out of here. We went to the zone too early. The Pacers able to counter it. I agree to disagree. I you know what? The zone was effective, but the thing is, if we're getting beat in the paint in the zone, you're doing something wrong. Like you need to get beat on the perimeter in the zone. If you're getting beat in the paint in the zone, Brandon just got moved. Thanks for but like God, it was just so frustrating. But the positives, here's the positives. Moutier looked good. Moutier was doing a good job controlling the offense. That again, unbiased. Frank showed some signs. Again, referees don't know how to referee Frank. Trey Burke looked good coming off of injury. Courtney Lee looked solid. Both sides, you know, what we expect from Courtney Lee. What else was positive? Kevin Knox looking great. I mean, he ended with 15.
Yeah, 20, right?
Did he get to 20? I don't know if he got to 20 tonight. But the point, Kevin Knox, my huge note for him and what I want to see him do, and he's been doing since he's been a starter. Yeah, he 15 tonight. He gradually scores throughout the game, and that's what I want from him. I want it to be because I think he ended the first half with 9 points, which is perfect for him for the rookie. You know what I'm saying? He ended with 15 tonight with off 6 for 15 shooting shots. He shot 50 shots in the last 3 games. He went 7 for 15 against Cleveland, 7 for 15 against Hornets, and went 6 for 15 last night. So he's consistent, you know, shooting around 6 and 9 threes again. Like Kevin Knox is doing what he needs to do. Wasn't really on the board tonight as he has been in the past, but Cantor did a good job at the end. When Sabonis is on the other side, you know, you expect that to happen. But just the Knicks. I mean, there was positives, but it was just frustrating towards the end. I think that's what frustrates me the most. But like the chat's saying.
I think it's similar for both of our teams. Once we're down early, it's just you don't have the confidence in them to try and come back. It's either you start off with the lead and maintain it throughout the game, or it's a done deal.
I wish I could agree, but that's not the case with the Knicks. The Knicks always start in a hole, and then we always find a way to either come back in the fourth and lose by 4. Or do what we did last night and push into overtime, led by Emmanuel Mudiay, which has happened in many occasions. The Lakers have that where they come in the hole, they come from behind and win a lot more times, or they'll jump out on you and then they'll keep it close the entire game and eventually win. The Knicks, man, we don't like to play well in the first half, and then third quarter, all of a sudden we have these like 40-point games, 30, like the complete opposite from us when Jeff Hornacek was there. And it's just like, I don't know, man. Delon, what's good? What's good? Who's Mark? Welcome to the chat. I know you. Before we move on to the next, I know you got some outrageous to say about the Knicks. Let me. You hype on Moody. Your hype on Moody chill. I will never chill on my hype on Moody. I was there when he was trash, and I will keep talking while Moody is out here playing well for us. Let me see. I want to see something real quick before we move on. My hype on Moody. Moody shot 5 for 11 today and still managed to put up 18 points. And you're the leader talking about Moody is not a star. Get Mark. Moudier's having his best season of his career. And we talked about this briefly the other day. It was yesterday when we were all at lunch. Like, my thing with Moutier is if he goes and pulls a Jeremy Lin where he goes with the money, I don't expect this to happen again. I wholeheartedly believe that it's Fizdale that has unlocked him and who has let him become the player that he is right now. And then he goes somewhere else, he might not get that same situation where a coach will believe in him in this way, where he can play freely and play well. And that's agree. So I don't know. I'd bring him back. Moutier got clamped by Corey Joseph. The stat, he got clamped probably on 2 possessions. He shot 5 for 11. He still put up 18 points. Like I don't. You can say he got clamped, but Moutier was not the problem tonight. Moutier was not the problem. Enes Kanter was the problem, and Tim Hardaway. It's the same suspects. Like you can try to attack me all you want about Moutier. If that's really what the problem is, like you're having the problem with the wrong guy. Like Timmy just.
Timmy.
I try to defend him, right? Knicks fans call him a professional chucker, not a great scorer. But like he is. He just Timmy takes some of the stupidest shots. And that's why we had such a good start to today's game, because we did not put the ball in his hands. Knox was playing well for us. Moutier who got us going early. I don't want to talk about this game anymore. Moving on. We play Phoenix tomorrow. Hopefully it'll be a feel good game in the Garden against a trash Phoenix team. We get to see my boy Miguel Bridges.
I don't know how much PT he's gonna get now because they just got Kelly Oubre.
But I think Oubre is not playing tomorrow right away either.
Oh, okay. All right. How long that?
Miguel Bridges has been playing a lot of minutes though for them, man. He played 22. I think the last game he played Timberwolves. He played 38, 40 minutes.
Yeah, I saw that because they still have Devin Booker out. So
yeah. So I mean, look, man, I like Miguel Bridges. His game, I stand by what I said about him. I love Kevin Knox. I'm glad we got Kevin Knox. I think his potential is higher. But I watched some of these Bridges games, and the dude's gonna be something, man. Now Moutier been on ish, but I'm just Mark. But Mark, we can both agree Hazonia's trash, Kanter's trash, Tim Hardaway is mediocre. We can all agree on that. All right. I'm sure we can agree on that. God, sorry. I don't want. This is not a Knicks show. Don't make me turn it into one, because I will. I will talk about this the entire night. But we got other stuff to talk about. Suns are trash. But we can't say that because we lost to Cleveland. So I can't sit here and say Suns are trash and watch them beat us in Madison Square Garden tomorrow night. So I'm gonna cool with that. I'm gonna cool with all that. But yeah, I don't think Kelly Oubre is gonna play right away. Are we gonna talk? Yeah, we are gonna talk about the trade. So we'll talk about that later. What should we just talk about? No, we'll talk about it later. We'll talk about that trade later. Later. Because I was going to ask you about. We'll talk about it later. Not right now. Lakers are just important because of Be Easy, man. That was another thing too, man. I heard that story. He's been missing a lot of games this year because his mom is sick. And as we all know, he's from. They live close in the Washington area, so she wanted to go watch the Lakers play, even though he wasn't playing. So he brought the family out, and sorry, Mama Beasley, but then you had to watch that game that you watched. But she came out to watch the game, and Beasley was there with her for the first half, and then sat on the bench with you guys. I was like, man, that's my guy, man. That's my guy. Anyways.
I read that report after the game.
Yeah, I miss Beasley. I'd stand by what I said. Beasley should have got that money over Hazonia, but whatever. You guys have him. Let him get to the playoffs. Just stop crying, Chris. Just stop crying.
You love Mario.
I hate. What happened? Bilal, Moutier is getting way better. People should hop off. Man, look, no. People should be hopping on the bandwagon. Moutier, okay? I've been trying to tell you guys when he was trash. 22 years old, yo. He's not turning 23 till March. God.
Are Knicks fans? Well,
they are looking for reasons, and they
no.
And now
I'm
all
saying,
this
are
change
they moody
on Moutier? Are they moody on Moutier?
Just moody on and
Oh, of course.
player,
Yeah, come on. You know that.
Yeah, okay.
100%.
All right,
You know
I
that.
figured.
You know that. Moody, because the Cleveland game happened, and he had a solid game in Cleveland. But the minute that he had that, did you get to see that play, Brandon? I'm sorry.
He had a bad turnover.
Okay.
I
Okay. It wasn't a bad turnover. Here's the thing: the Knicks were out of timeouts. Okay, and it's an inbound play at the end of the game. But the problem is, and that's the other thing. Nobody came to the ball.
Went away.
Because the play broke. But instead of at least coming to the ball to try to get the ball, Tim Hardaway was double teamed, so he was not double teamed, but he was held off. And I can't remember who the other one was on towards the baseline. But Cantor just had one man on him, and he could outmuscle him. Literally just come to the ball, get it, give it back to Moutier, and figure something out. But Cantor faked towards him and then went the other way, and then Moutier passed it to the other team. And then everybody, Moutier, oh my God, this bum, oh my! I was so upset. Oh man,
I was saying bad turnover in terms of like the situation.
It was a bad, but it was a bad Knicks turnover. It wasn't a bad Moutier turnover. I don't care what you say. I like him to be consistent. Moutier has been consistent. It's whatever. I'm just glad he's playing well.
It's you against the world, Chris.
It's fine. And And then, I'm not even doing it for the I told you so. It's like no, I'm not. He's the reason there's a reason why he was one of the first.
Chris has been a fan of him since like
the draft. Since the draft, Brandon was there with me with that draft, and I'm glad we didn't listen to me. I'm 100% glad we didn't listen to me. I'm glad we got KP. I'm okay with that. But then we did end up picking him up, and yes, he was a slow start. But at the same time, it doesn't matter where he started. It's where he is right now. We should be enjoying the growth. But people talking about everybody else's growth. But when it comes to Moutier, anytime he makes a mistake, people ready to just jump down his throat. I don't care. We're moving on. We're moving on through the show. This is not a Knicks show, okay? I've taken long enough to talk about this. Oh, my God.
No, I've been a Laker fan all my life, my man.
Huh?
Noah asked me how long I've been.
Oh yeah, you've been his whole life. Who's Mark? Boy, no, he's doing good. I want it to continue. Got you. Okay, I thought you were saying you want. Okay, my bad. I thought you were saying it was inconsistent. I apologize. Who's Mark? See, I can apologize. When I'm wrong, I will apologize. That's what I mean. Got you. You know who's Mark was serious because he got out of caps. That's how you know he was serious about what he said. He's like, no, man, listen, CK. I'm saying this. Anyways, all right, let's move on to the next thing. And lo and behold, it is a Laker topic. I just need Knox to start. Knox is starting, Kaiser. And he's doing well with his minutes. Knox has been playing well the last 4 or 5 games. Knox has been doing well, man.
Get that co-rookie of the year. Yeah.
Co-rookie. I don't know if that's happening, but I think Knox is going to end out the year well. I think he's going to end the year well. Anyways, this isn't really a Laker fact as much as it is an NBA question I have, but more lately, as you guys see in the thumbnail, Zoe and Lonzo Ball and LeBron both got triple doubles in the same game against Charlotte. Everyone's making a big fuss about it. I mean, it's a big deal because last time it happened was 2007 with J Kidd and Vince Carter Nets because it's my favorite team in the NBA, guys. So that's a stat that I have to make a big deal about. I hate you guys so much. Anyways, so that happens. Matter of fact, the last time a Laker did that was Magic Johnson and Kareem, which is pretty cool. But that's not the question I have for you. Like, that's a cool stat. That's cool for them. I mean, I was expecting it to happen at some point anyways. I think a lot of people were because, just because LeBron was going to come through, you couldn't expect Lonzo to not get triple-double. That's personally what I think. But my question to you is, Brandon, sometimes, and it happened tonight, sometimes we see these stupid stats, and it always is around LeBron James because LeBron James is always breaking some sort of stat. We see some of these stupid stats like James Harden for the first time in the history of the NBA flopped 18 times in one game. The last person to do that was Bob Cousy back in 19. You know what I'm saying? Like those kind of stats. Question A is, do you see this as one of those stats, or do you see this as a legit NBA cool fact. And question B is, do we need to stop celebrating some of these stupid milestones that the NBA likes to settle on?
I think the triple-double, I think it's cool for Lakers. I don't think it's cool to like spread it around the NBA.
Okay.
Here's why. Half of the league already hates us just because we are the Lakers, not because of LeBron James. So they're just like, oh, well,
yeah, a
Lonzo
lot of Knicks fans, hate the Lakers. I could tell you that. Dog.
So it's just one of those things where it's like, we don't really care, but good for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Laker fans should be excited, as you know, that's a forward progression for Lonzo and for the team as a whole. But for the rest of the league, it wouldn't shock me if they didn't care or not care,
mm-hmm.
or if they did not care. Not two negatives.
So you think this is just a whatever stat?
No, for the
general NBA. For the general NBA.
General NBA, yeah, it's a whatever.
Just a whatever. Two guys had triple-double. Who cares?
Yeah, they had a good night.
Okay.
Which, you know, Russell Westbrook and Paul George could probably have the same thing too if they really wanted to. But
yeah, I agree with that. Who's Mark? I think we talked about this 2 podcasts ago. He said nobody wants to play with LeBron unless they're not star players. I agree. I nothing against LeBron. In my opinion, nothing against LeBron. I just feel like, you know, and that's why we saw Kyrie. No, that's not why, but that's part of the reason why Kyrie left, because Kyrie wanted to make his own name. And then like the thought process of like a Kawhi Leonard or Kevin Durant coming to play with LeBron, like they're not going to want to do that, man. They have even Kevin Durant still has some sort of pride where they, want to put their name up there with those, with the LeBron James and stuff like that.
Still make a name for themselves.
Yeah. I just feel, but I do believe that Anthony Davis is an exception. Not saying that he doesn't care enough. It's just because of his position, he could still have Anthony Davis numbers and be Anthony Davis with LeBron James. It's just when you're the same position like a Kawhi or a Kevin Durant, where you are a small forward doing the same things that he's doing, that's going to go down a bit playing alongside him. Anthony Davis can still go out there and get, 30-point games and 25 rebound games because he in the paint. Like LeBron ain't gonna affect that. Like sure, you'll get a rebound here or there and stuff like that, but he don't need to pass the ball. He don't need to bring the ball up the court. If anything, he gonna be benefiting from a lot of these points. So he's still gonna star from it. A lot like Kareem and Magic. That's a good example right there. I mean, even though they didn't play because Kareem older and blah 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 blah, but like it's the same thing. So I agree, but then I think it depends on the star. So I think Anthony Davis, if that happens, I feel like that's gonna be a nightmare for the rest of the league.
Mm-hmm.
So then trailing off of what we said, then do you think we should stop celebrating some of these stupid milestones? Like I was saying, like I mean, I'm sure James Harden has probably flopped 18 times in the game, and I'm sure he's only beating his own records at this point. It's between him and Marcus Smart right now, going after the most flops in the game. But like when we see some of these stats I'm seeing like today with and I'm guilty of it because I was celebrating the Kevin Knox stat about being the second youngest player in the history of the NBA to record a 20-point 15 rebound game since LeBron James his rookie year. Now I was guilty of that because what's the stat? The stat was the second teenager was the stat to do that in the NBA. And you know what? And yeah, who cares? You know what I'm saying? As a Knicks fan, we loved it because it's Kevin Knox alongside LeBron James. Kevin Knox is destined to be LeBron James now. You know what I'm saying? But
it can give people the wrong impression.
Exactly. But like when I saw the one today about, I can't remember exactly what it was, like 40 points, 10 assists, 5 boards, and like 2 steals, something like that. The second person since LeBron James to do that. Blah, blah, blah. Some of these stats are just, who cares? Like nobody cares. Like sure, I'm sure these things happen all the time, but they highlight a lot of them when they're alongside like LeBron James and stuff like that.
They're comparing 2 different players.
100%.
Like, John Wall will never be at the level of LeBron James. That's what goes to the same thing. Like if Kawhi Leonard did the same thing, Kawhi Leonard will never be on the same level as LeBron. He doesn't affect the game like LeBron does. He does something different on the defensive side that's way better than LeBron, but that's that would have to be a different stat line. And again, who cares if your numbers are the same as LeBron James?
Yeah, 100%.
You know,
Like,
so,
I mean, but it's because of that. It's because of that. I think it's that, that factor that the fans are going to see it, especially Knicks fans. They're going to see Kevin Knox next to LeBron James, and then there's going to be some Knicks fans that are going to be like, huh, here it is, dude. He's online. He's online to be LeBron James, man.
That's right. We got the right pick. We got him.
So
we got
him. I don't know. Yeah, some of these records I'm seeing is just like Jesus Christ, and like who's Mark said, it's primarily ESPN and like the Bleacher Reports. Like these guys are the ones that are blowing them up, and then of course everyone else turns them into anything on Twitter and stuff like that with social media nowadays. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Some of these stats, some of those are just. Some of them are cool. Personally, I think the triple-double thing is cool. Because I thought that it happened before. I thought like between 2007 and now, I thought Russell Westbrook and somebody had done it at the same time, or LeBron and somebody had done it at the same time. But I guess I was wrong because they're the first ones to do it.
And James Harden,
or even Russell and or even Russell and KD, because KD has a triple-double potential too. Not consistently like these other guys, but he can do it.
I would see more between James and Russell though, more so than
I agree. I'm not disagreeing with you. But my brain was saying Kevin Durant, like, because they played longer together. James Harden was only there for so long.
Right.
Kawhi can control the outcome of a game. Also, I saw something else you said. Who's Mark before you leave? He said Davis want to be the best. He's not true, and I agree with that with a lot of these players. But like I said, Anthony Davis is in his own world. He's a sender. He's a big man. LeBron James is not going to affect him one way or another. You know what I'm saying? I don't see LeBron taking or making his game, like a Kevin Love and like a Chris Bosh. Like I don't see that happening with Anthony Davis, because Anthony Davis is a different type of freak than those two other guys were. So like I don't know. To me, I feel like he would benefit more from him. I get the sense of want to compete against LeBron James and all that stuff. But in 2018, I strongly believe that that's dead. With some of these younger guys, I feel like that's dead with them. I think there are a few. I think Kevin Durant, as much as people might want to hate on him because he did what he did, but I think there's a reason why there are so many rumors around him leaving Golden State. I don't know. To me, I feel it's just there's just so many loopholes and so many like. It's just we like me and Brandon said it last week. I missed the early 2000s where it was that way, where like you couldn't pay T-Mac to play with Kobe Bryant. Like as much as they loved each other's games, as much as they loved each other as dudes, you could not pay Kobe or Tracy McGrady to play alongside each other. Yes, there were situations when we hear now that Tim Duncan could have been in Magic or T-Mac could have been on on said Lakers and stuff like that. But these were trades. These weren't them choosing to do that. This kind of stuff, that stuff didn't happen like that. The closest thing to that was probably, T-Mac going with the Rockets to sign with Yao. But even that wasn't like a big three or anything like that. Those are two guys with a bunch of nobodies on that team up until the last 2 years on T-Mac's like prime. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But man, like those days are dead, man. Those days are dead.
Two guard. Well, that whole NBA is dead.
Just that mentality of NBA is dead. Like I would love to sit here and say, other than Kawhi, because I really don't think Kawhi is gonna. Cause I think he wants to compete against LeBron. Giannis is we talked about it last week. Giannis for sure is not gonna go play with no damn LeBron James. Like that's not happening. Giannis is he's the last of a dying breed, or he's potentially the beginning of the rebirth of that. You know what I'm saying? Because he is working with Kobe Bryant, and maybe some could argue you could say the same thing about Kyrie, because he left LeBron. He was one of the first to leave that situation, because he could have stayed comfortable with LeBron, been on the Cavaliers, and say they pick up some more pieces, and maybe they would have had a competition against Golden State. We don't know that,
right?
But I just feel like those days of wanting to compete against the best, like I don't know. I just feel like that's dead as of now. It's just different.
It's different. It's not. I wouldn't say it is dead, but it's molded into something.
It's dormant.
Else. Yeah.
So it might come back.
Yeah. I wanna answer Mark's comments. I'm not saying that nobody else can affect the game. LeBron James has a certain way that he affects the game. just like Kawhi Leonard has a certain way that he affects the game, just like how Kevin Durant has a certain way when he affects the game. When LeBron James has the ball, you don't go any faster or any slower. You're at his pace.
Yeah.
And you're playing against Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard can shut down. He's pretty much like you're. You don't want to go on that side of the court.
Mm.
He makes offensive coordinators or offensive coaches have to re-scheme everything. Same thing with Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant gives, people
Defenses.
like Thibodeau like nightmares because you literally can't. You throw so many different things, he'll just shoot over the top of you at the end of the day. That's what I meant by.
And he's skinny strong too, so he can go in the post against some of these guys too that people forget about. Yeah.
Exactly. So that's that. I'm saying that like not Kawhi can't affect the game. No, he just does it in a different way. And to each of their own, they have their own ways of how they affect. Like I said, LeBron, when he has the ball, he has a certain way of controlling.
Facts. No, I agree with that. Because I think Kawhi Leonard is the definition of the perfect two-way player in the NBA. Like, because he is just as good on offense as he is on defense, and there's arguably nobody else like that than Kawhi Leonard. Like, you can say Kevin Durant, we know he's one of the best scorers in the history of the league, and his defense is there, but it's not elite there. LeBron James
brought it out of him.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. LeBron James is LeBron James, and take that as whatever you want to take it. So, and that's all pertaining to what you just said. They're all elite and they take it over in their own way. Mark, I also agree with you on that. What you just said. I don't think he's leaving Toronto, and if he leaves Toronto, it's going to be Clippers. There's two spots. I highly doubt he's going to Lakers. He's not going to look at New York, either of the New York teams. But I believe him staying. I think he's staying in Toronto, dude. It's just a perfect situation. And for us teams in the East, we want him to stay in Toronto. We want him to stay in Toronto to keep these East teams aggressive in building their teams. Because the minute we keep losing these stars and stuff like that, it's just going to keep getting last day. The least is going to stay the least coast. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't know. That's why
you guys don't have your Elite Four teams right now. The West.
Who's our fourth? Who's the fourth? Boston.
You have Boston, Toronto,
Philly, and
I guess 3.
Because who were you thinking was the 4?
Milwaukee.
I can't give it to them
tough.
yet, man.
It's tough. Yeah, it's tough to put Milwaukee. They came out strong, but
it's just Giannis. It's Giannis and a bunch of guys that want. I love Chris Middleton. Don't take it as a slight, but he's not all-star potential yet. He has all-star potential, but he's not an all-star that you can say like, man, those boys, Giannis and Chris Middleton are a problem. No, Chris Middleton, he'll play a solid 65 of the 82 games. Giannis, you can play a solid 8. Like every game, you're gonna get superstar Giannis Antetokounmpo. So that's what I'm saying. So like with the Sixers, you're gonna get that out of Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, and what's his name, Jimmy Buckets, and so on and so forth with the other guys. So I can't put the Bucks on there yet. The Bucks are gonna be great, but they missing something, man. The Bucks are just missing something.
Yeah.
And then when Giannis gets that jump shot. One more summer with Kobe. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's just a scary thought.
He's gonna keep on trying to shoot with that tennis ball.
That is a scary thought. I know, right? AKA the basketball for everybody else. Kawhi is extremely disruptive. 100%. 100%. Last thing I'm gonna say before we move on, I saw Kaiser say something about why he doesn't want KD to New York, and I have to address this because y'all know I am the pilot of that ship or that plane of KD to NY. Now, he said, I'm not hyped about KD to NY because he's a cupcake. I have a feeling he is one of those players that can't carry teams by himself to the chip. Here's the thing: there is a big Latvian dude on the New York Knicks that we forget is on the roster. Kevin Durant is not doing anything by himself. Kevin Durant is that superstar potential to help uplift and bring out the best out of that same Latvian 7'3" guy that we have incubating and getting ready to play.
Chris, this is I'm gonna add to that question. I think they're saying that because he hasn't played a full 82 games. So
who? KD or KP?
No. KP.
Okay.
So essentially, at one point of the season, whether that's playoffs or somewhere in the regular season, KD will essentially have to do it by themselves.
But see, if it's regular season, that's fine. Because you could say the same about the Warriors right now, minus the fact that they have 5 superstars. But when they were missing Draymond, you know, they're obviously missing Big Fella Cuz and Steph Curry. Yes, they didn't win a good majority of their games, but they were winning games. But the thing is, they're still going to be making the playoffs regardless. You just have to get in. If they can, the same thing with the Knicks. Say best case scenario, we have Kevin Durant and we have KP that plays 65 of the 82 games, but he's healthy for the playoffs. We're still going to be winning games because the majority of our contests are going to be in the East Coast. Will they not? So KD will do enough to win those games in the regular season. Now, playoffs, sure, that argument is very true. That it's going to be a toss-up. Maybe KD's not ready to do that by himself. But again, it's still the Eastern Conference. So I still believe, unless we're playing one of those same 3 teams we just named, that KD alone. Because look at the Knicks now. The Knicks can compete against the Indiana Pacers, a playoff team. The Knicks can compete against, if you want to argue that they're a playoff team, the Wizards, a playoff team. And this is without any superstars. So if these young 22 to 19-year-olds can do that by themselves, if you just literally just add a Kevin Durant that can close these games, I'm not tripping about that. Unless we finish a 7th or a 6th or an 8th and we have to play the top guys and it's just KD, maybe we'll have a problem with that. But yeah. I'm not worried. I ain't tripping about it. I am not tripping about it.
KP's injuries aren't like, you know, oh, he just twisted an ankle or
it. Yeah, 100%. It's a huge injury, and yeah, it's an ACL injury. But the thing is, and I don't know, they had a small KP had a small documentary on the whole injury. The doctors, the scouts, all of them were saying it's not necessarily about the injury that scares everybody. It's the way that he carries his body that opens the invitation for a lot of injuries to come for him. So in his rehabilitation, what they're working out is the way he plays, aka the way he dunks the ball and finishes a dunk, the way he lands after a shot, the way he lands after a rebound, the way he runs up and down the court. You know, those kind of things, like that's what they're rehabbing alongside the knee. So that he can, like what Joel Embiid is somebody that went through the same things, because they're like, there's a reason why you keep getting hurt. It's because of how you play the game. So we have to fix how you land after a dunk, how you land after you shoot a shot, how you land. You know, those kind of things are what they're. And look at, I'm not saying it's gonna be the same thing, but the proof is in the pudding. Like Joel Embiid has been healthy since. I mean, the only time he missed games was when his own teammate broke his face. You know what I'm saying? It had nothing to do with his knees. You know, of course, it's a show me, you know, it's like show me first kind of league, you know, so we have to see it happen with KP. But I think that KP, as long as he gives us 65 to 70 of the games, we'll be okay. That's why I am, you know, my argument is, sure, let him sit the whole entire season, but I do kind of want to see like him play a month just so he can start getting the rust off before next season starts.
I think you have to.
Right? Yeah. But then my selfish side is like, no, man, make sure he is 100% before he touches an NBA court. But of course, you know, realistically, he needs to play at some point this season, whether it be just 1 month, just so he can start getting the rust off. Which is what? Oh God. I think that was Bilal. Appreciate you. He's going to come back stronger. By the way, Joel is a bum. Okay, see, there's always an opinion when it comes to somebody else. But and Paul George was somebody that did this. Like people were upset that he came back early, quote unquote. But the thing is, the Pacers were out of the playoffs. You know, they had like a month and a half left. He wanted to come back to start to get the rest off. And remember, Paul George was trash when he came back from that injury, when he first came back from the broken leg.
Chris was not playing well at all.
Okay, shut up. And my man had extra weight on him. It's like he had to do it to get the rust off and get his confidence back, because he knew, like what we saw with Gordon Hayward for the first 2 weeks, he's not going to be there mentally right away, because you're still thinking about, God, can I block that shot? Should I even dunk right now? So this is going to be the same thing with KP, running up and down the court. He can be like, oh, my goodness, left, right, jump, left, right. Like, he's make sure his knee's okay. I don't know. That Steph Curry was the one that. Anyways, we talking too much about this. See, if anybody ever question me about how I feel about my Nets, I will slap you upside the face, man. Talk about you a Nets fan. Come here. I'll show you how much of a Nets fan I am. Anyways, you got me talking about the damn Knicks.
We go hard, Brooklyn. We go hard.
Bruh. Okay, stop. Get him out. I'm gonna mute you. I will mute you. Oh, no, I want him to play if he can play, y'all. But bro, he got hurt on a dunk. That's what I'm saying. But that was also a freak accident too. But at the same time,
yeah,
Giannis hurt my boy. Well, Giannis, look, man. Anyways, Giannis is a bum. Giannis is not okay. Anyways, we're gonna move on, guys. We're gonna move on. I don't want to hijack the show too much to talk about the Knicks. We're gonna move on. But yeah, we're all in agreement about the stats just being stats. I don't know. I liked it. I thought it was cool. Last time I was 2007 with Kidd and Vince Carter. I had a whole list. I'm not gonna pull it up. It's not that important, but whatever. But now here's a conversation I want to talk about. Brandon knows I want to talk about it, but I want to hear what you have to say. We know in Phoenix, there's a whole debacle going on with the owner talking about if the city won't pay for the stadium, then he's gonna take the team out and move them somewhere else. And then we saw freaking the mayor lady or the chair lady, whoever it is, this chick went in and tore the owner a new one, talking about how he's too cheap.
Signed no player.
Oh my gosh, she wasn't lying. Nothing she said was wrong. It was just hilarious because I wasn't expecting that. So that the Suns are just a dumpster fire right now, top to bottom, trying to figure out what's going on. Poor James Jones. They're just dumpster fire in and out. But the main thing he said, like I said, to open this, was he would move them to a Seattle or Las Vegas and take his business elsewhere. Now, whether that be true or false, whether that is something that can happen or not, Brandon, I ask you, and you probably know my answer, but I want to hear what you have to say. Wouldn't that be the best case scenario for Phoenix to do that and leave Phoenix and go to a more attractive place like Las Vegas or Seattle? Or do you think it's going to be the same result no matter where they go? That team is just run terribly. It doesn't matter if you're in Seattle or Las Vegas. They're not going to bring anybody in because the team is just being run terribly.
Well, first things first, this sounds a whole lot like San Diego Chargers and their
Very similar. Very similar. That is a great analogy.
So as far as like, I understand why the cities, for cities, they don't get any profit out of having an NBA or a national professional team. So that's why if any city, like Los Angeles would have to be tough because, the Lakers are near and dear to the city. But someplace out in, I don't know, we can just say Arizona, OKC, throw in another team. It's kind of tough for them to be like, yeah, sure, we'll throw in $200 million at renovations for your stadium. So I understand why Arizona is not wanting to do this.
Yeah.
Let alone like not be able to. They could put that towards improving roads or whatever the case is. So.
And that's not selfish. Like that is, this is just as much as it hurts me to say it, this is just basketball. Like that's actual things for the city, for people that are not watching basketball, so they have to pay for that kind of stuff. And so that's not a unfair thing to say. Like, Arizona has other things. Go ahead.
Owners are
100%.
are like, do 70-30 with us and we'll stay. Like, the hell?
Yeah, no, 100%.
What sense does that make? You need us. The city is, as like the city is saying to them, like, you need us in order for us to play. So I think I don't know. I think Arizona is popular enough to hold a team.
Okay.
If you've ever been to Phoenix,
I love Arizona. It's just the heat I don't like. That's the worst part about it. Like, F the heat, but Arizona's a dope spot, man.
But I would love to see a team in Seattle again.
You and me both, dog.
So your plan is still very
It's
much in
slowly
effect.
it's slowly coming together, my man. It's slowly coming together.
Yes.
So you briefly just touched on it right there. You would think that it would be smarter for them to go Seattle if they were to leave. They would go Seattle rather than Vegas.
If they can't get any deal done
Yeah.
where they'll even go 50-50 and literally nothing can be done, then you have to move. The Chargers ran into that. They threw in 15 propositions, and San Diego's like, no, we're not doing any. We're not trying to cut bases with you. Shout out to Derek Horta for giving me this information. And
Great
you
channel
got
over on
you
TD
got to
Diaries. If you're a Chargers fan, go check out my boy Derek. There's TD Diaries. Go check him out.
yes, yes. So you got to move. If nothing can be done,
Okay. If it can't be done, I want selfish owner Brandon to tell me.
selfish Brandon, move.
Move. Okay. Because it would be for the team to grow. It would make the most sense, right?
I don't know about that.
You don't think it would make a difference?
I don't think that it's still the same organization.
Right. So that's why I'm asking. Like, does the location mean that much? Like, you go to a Seattle, there are tons of people that want to go play for Seattle, but it's still run by the same knuckleheads that were running that same area. Phoenix. Well, they can change their name to whatever they want to change their name. If they want to pull an MJ and be known as the Seattle Suns for a little bit, but then change them to back to Seattle Sonics, they still run by that same trash organization. So, does the city make a difference, or you think no, players are still gonna see through it? Like, nah, man, I remember what you did to my boy Eric Bledsoe. I'm good.
I think you can attest to this too. Who's your owner?
No, 100%. I knew. I agree. I agree. Like James Dolan, mind you though, I will. This is the only time I will give any praise to James Dolan. I've been saying this in videos. I will only give James Dolan props because he has shut up and let his front office run the team for the last 2 years. And we are finally on a sort of upswing since his debacle of him being buddy bringing in Phil Jackson. And since he messed all that up, got rid of them, and brought in the new people that are in place right now, he shut up and he's let them do the thing. And now we're a team that's actually rebuilding. So that's the only props I will ever give James Dolan in the history of me living, because
he's 2 years too late because y'all could have got LeBron. Remember, he said Madison Square Garden. So.
Look. But see, I stand by the fact that he was talking about this year. I don't care what you say. I don't want to talk about that.
So Dwayne Wade is gonna go play.
Stop. I know what you're saying. You're right. I don't want to talk about it. Okay. Hashtag Amari Stoudemire, baby. We were gonna give that money to Joe Johnson, and I love Slow Mo Joe.
Or
I
Amir
love
Johnson.
Joe Johnson. Jesus Christ, if we had done that, oh my. Bilal, right? Bilal, man, save your buddy, my man. You the MVP for real. If he moves the Knicks, I'm gonna kill him.
That'll never happen.
He will be shipped out before he even thinks about moving the Knicks. There are teams that are not going anywhere, and the Knicks are on that short list. 100%.
All those large market teams, they're not going anywhere.
Nowhere. We only out the 8th by a couple games. I know. I've been on the standings watch. All right, so everything Brandon said is what I agree with. They need to go. I do feel like them being in mostly Seattle, Las Vegas too, but mostly Seattle, would help their chances in landing free agents. But it'll it will just by a little bit just because it's not Arizona, but primarily because Seattle is such a basketball town, now a football town, but it's such a basketball town because look at the people they bred into the league, and that will help in that sense. It's kind of like the New York effect, like towards the. But the problem is, like in the past, it's been towards the end of careers, people want to come and play for New York, but like in their prime, it's like, yeah, I want to play against New York in the Garden every now and then, but I don't want to play that team run by that idiot over there in the front office. But now things are changed because things are being run the right way. Get the bum nets out of our city. Look, man, let them have Brooklyn. Let them have Brooklyn. I am excited to go see Barclays for the first time, but I will be in there all blued up. I'm in there all blued up, talking about go New York, go.
Before the show, Chris said he told me not to tell anybody, but I'm gonna tell
Okay.
y'all
This is
first.
not real.
Okay, underneath he's gonna have a D'Lo jersey.
There's
under
no
that
way,
KP
shape, or
jersey.
form. There is no way, shape, or form. The
So
only way I would have a D'Lo jersey if he was
it's gonna be a
miraculously
black
Nick.
T-shirt. It's not gonna be
Get him
actual
out.
jersey. It's gonna be a
Get
black
him
T-shirt.
out. Get him out. Get him out. Get him out. Nah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go there and rock a Mario Hazonia jersey, and then when they have the zoom in cam, I'm gonna tear it on Jumbo Stream, and
That's
be like,
right.
"Just kidding, KP baby," about my KP
That's right.
jersey. No,
That's right.
Oh my god. Anyways, Barclays is terrible. Save your money. Now I have to witness it. And the time I'm going at the end of January. I'm gonna be there long enough to see Dwayne Wade's last game in MSG, and then I'm gonna see. I mean, they play. It's in New York, so I gotta catch all the games I can catch while I'm out there.
You know,
CK wherever. I will. I'm gonna be rocking the CK merch with my jersey. Man, you ain't gotta tell me twice, dog. I'm gonna be all blued out.
Chris,
what?
You telling everybody that you're going to the Barclays Center also does not help your case about.
I'm gonna be in the Barclays Center. I'm gonna be early. I'm gonna be like, go Nets. That ain't don't mean nothing. I'm gonna be there blued out. I'll wear a shirt with the tweet on my. Nah, bro, you're not. No, man. I've embraced the meme. Okay, y'all can't phase me. All right, I've embraced the meme.
And we're going to the Lakers Knicks.
Yes,
game
that's
too.
First, right? That's early January.
That is first.
So that one's first. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot. Look, man, the channel. There's gonna be a lot of Knicks vlog footage this coming January because we're going to that one. Early January. That's the first week. First week. Yeah.
So
that's gonna be exciting.
New Year's is on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm. Because for whatever reason, the Knicks just love to show up against the Lakers. So I'm excited for that game. When you go into the game, I'm going to the Miami and the Nets game in New York. Well, Miami is in MSG, and then the Nets game is in Barclays. But so it's the end of January.
End of January.
20. I don't have the schedule in front of me. I only have December up. It's the end of January though. We're playing Miami and MSG. Dwayne Wade should play. I want to see Dwayne Wade's last game. And then, then we go into the Barclays game. Just so I can be loud and be a Knicks fan. Because one of my favorite things about the Knicks-Nets games is, like, the Knicks fans are always louder than the Nets fans. So I want to be one of those louder people. Just being ignorant. Anyways, yeah. Nah, man. I'm excited, man. The last time I got to see a game at MSG was not KP's rookie year. I went for one of KP's rookie year games, but was his second year. And we still had Melo. It was the bad year. We don't talk about that year. I take it back. We don't talk about that year. We don't talk about year 2, sophomore KP year. And there's a reason why I'm naming it that and not anything else. Okay, moving on. This is the subject that we talk about Knicks, but primarily we're going to talk about the Lakers. But Knicks fans, we know, especially after today's game. The referee situation going on in the league right now. The referees have always been bad. Referees have always been bad, but they have not. This year seems like they're taken to all-time high. Now, this is the only time I will defend them in this segment going forward. I feel like the refs have only been bad because they're trying to implement these new rules. So they're trying to find that medium ground in these calls, as well as adjusting the viewer to some of these newer calls, like the freedom of movement, they're calling a lot more travels, all these kind of stupid things that we're not accustomed to, some of these fouls and blah, 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 blah. Okay? So I think that's all it is, and that's the only time I defend them. Now, outside of that, the 80% of these referees are ass. Okay? And it's been bad. Knicks fans, we know, for whatever reason, Frank Ntilikina is a great defender, but if you ask a referee, Frank Ntilikina is the best fouler in the entire NBA. We saw prime examples today of Frank getting a clean block. They don't even try to review it. They call it foul. They called the foul before. But the biggest, probably one of the bigger moments to me that really stuck out to me was y'all Lakers. Okay, now today one big thing happened, but we're gonna go before today and go to that same TNT game against the Houston Rockets when. Okay, well, let's go into the tweet, shall we? So the Lakers and the Rockets played. Kyle Kuzma got a foul for slightly touching. Hold on, let me turn off the sound. The last thing we need is any more copyright. All right, hold on. Pause. Hold on, I want you guys to see it. All right, so in this play, you will see that Kyle Kuzma, quote unquote, trips up. He allegedly trips up James Harden, and any NBA fan knows that, you know, James Harden and Chris Paul are the kings of getting the flop calls. But here we go. Here you see Kyle Kuzma at the top guarding James Harden, and allegedly their knees bumped, so that's a foul. Now here's my problem with this: when you're going into the player and you're causing the contact, but yet you're the one that hits the floor. And you, to me, I don't like when the aggressor gets bailed out. And we saw that today with the Knicks game. We see that a lot in the NBA in general. And in this situation, James Harden went into Kyle Kuzma. And because he knew the contact was coming right there, James Harden hits the floor, knowing that he's going to get a foul and knowing that he's going to go to the line because of the bonus. And I hate that crap because the Rockets get away with that all the time. Now, Chris Webber went on to say things like that's a rough call, da-da-da-da, and then ultimately that's the one that turned into the tech because Kuzma got excited, right, or got upset, right? Am I correct, yeah. Brandon? I think this is. Let's watch further. I think that's the same play because you see Kuzma jumping up and down, gets upset, and then the referees right after that they're going to give him a technical foul, and then Chris Webber is upset about the tech on top of the foul.
Yeah, this is it.
Yeah, see Kuzma's going in, and they gave him the tech, so now blah blah blah. So. On top of the mediocre call that could go either way, then he gets a technical foul for being emotional. We don't know what he said. I doubt it was anything reckless because, you know, there's still a bunch of young kids on the Laker team, but they don't know how to cuss yet. But then that happens. So the fact of the matter is that goes on. The NBA's tripping. Chris Webber openly on TNT's tripping. And I don't really agree with a lot of things Chris Webber said because he's very emotional, which is fine. You love that about it because he's an NBA player.
Still a player.
Yeah, exactly, but sometimes he says things just like, all right, Chris, we get it. You played, cool. But this time he was right. He was saying things like, you know, the referees need to get out of their emotions and, you know, play it both sides and da-da-da. Because by this point, the Lakers had already given away a ton of fouls. Hence, they were in the bonus with 5 minutes left in the first quarter. They already gave away a ton of fouls because, you know, James Harden and Chris Paul doing their thing. So now the referee, their own Twitter, the referee's official Twitter they added Chris Webber. Chris Webber's main argument was the refs need to get out of their feelings. That was the main thing he said in this argument. And on top of that, the referees don't only address the foul. They can address this and defend themselves all they want, which is fine. But they decided to at Chris Webber on top of it. They at Chris Webber and slight shade him in the process, talking about this is the NBA referee's official Twitter. You can see the blue check mark. This is what it says. It says, why is it so hard to educate fans about the rules? Boom. Unnecessary. First mistake. Then they say, here's what we're up against from last night's game. Real Chris Webber was incorrect here. This is a foul as a defender makes illegal contact with his knee to the thigh of an offensive player, causing him to fall to the floor. Ladies and gentlemen. Causing him to fall to the floor because James Harden is a bull-body man that let the tip of Kuzma's knee cause him to fall to the floor. Anyways, so they defend that. So first and foremost, Chris Webber, I'm not going to play the soundbite because I don't want it. Basically what he's saying, he is more so upset about the technical more so than the foul. But they're adding Chris Webber in this situation because of that. But it's okay, guys. You know, you're saying like the referees are just being soft. No, they continued. Then on top of that, they go on to pat their own backs. They say, at real Chris Webber isn't correct here as well. I'm going to play it for you in a second. This is correctly called a foul as the defender makes contact with his shoulder as he's moving illegally into the offensive player's space. They are obvious fouls and fans deserve accurate analysis, okay? Now let me show you this illegal move into the offensive player's space. Let me show you this illegal move, okay? Sound again. Hold on.
I didn't have this big of an issue with this.
This one's not as bad. True.
Yeah.
But come on. Brandon. Come on, Brandon.
And
Come on, Brandon. Come on, Brandon. Come on, Brandon. Come on, Brandon. Come on, Brandon.
I can't see the video. Okay,
When you are, this is my problem. You are the aggressor in this situation. So you're telling Lonzo Ball in this situation, leave. You're in my space. Don't have any contact with me because it's going to be a foul. Lonzo Ball steps into him, and I hate that call. In if any situation, it should be a no call, or it should be a charge. You're making the contact. Lonzo Ball doesn't put. He's not shoving himself into him. James Harden steps into him. James Harden steps into him because he knows how to play the referees like a whistle. James Harden steps into Lonzo Ball, creating the contact, and he does the head snap, gets the whistle, and it's an and one. Or it's not an and one, excuse me. He doesn't get it. And then he gets his foul. Because Lonzo Ball, what are the words here? Lonzo Ball makes contact with his shoulder and moving illegally into the offensive player space. I'm sorry. No.
I can help you with that. That one is a lot.
Hold on, real quick, Dale. At the real Chris Webber, get wrecked. Yeah, that's pretty much the end of it. That's what they said. Sorry, go ahead, Brandon. Go ahead.
First things first. Delano, I would never wear a Clippers jersey, as nice as they make.
Oh no, he's out. I can attest. That's not a Clippers jersey. That's one of the local gyms. My little brother worked out there. You know, the hoops. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead. My bad. Yeah, it's not Clippers. I didn't see that.
The refs are yes, they are stupid for not calling that foul.
Brandon's been shaking his head the whole segment. Of course he has.
But
go ahead, defend him. Defend him.
I'm so happy that my dad taught me how to be a referee if I ever choose to be that way.
Facts. Your dad was a good ref. He refed one of them. Continue.
I can only save him on that one call, the second call against Lonzo. Here's the point. Obviously, this whole thing, ever since Steve Nash started getting MVPs, their whole thing is about shoulder checking and arm checking. Like, it's not, you can't do it in the league.
Big facts.
It moves so quickly down to the lower levels of playing basketball that even when I was playing in the 8th grade, you couldn't do that same stuff. So I've had time to play with that and be like, okay, I can't do that. Right? At the park, it's one thing when between you and I play because we don't have actual refs, so we just call our own calls.
And more times than not, we don't call calls, but there's that. But
exactly.
Like we all, and you can agree. The main rule, especially for you can agree because you're the same way. The only fouls we really call is any kind of contact with your shooting arm. That I'm gonna call that automatically. But any like that kind of stuff, no one's calling that. No one at a park is calling that. I'm sorry to get on that. Go ahead, continue your thing. Look, referees pretending like they're reviewing that crap. Go ahead.
But Lonzo was not square at all.
Okay.
If anything, like you know how their whole thing is too. Also, when you're in the paint, you gotta be the verticality rule. KP does this very well. He wasn't vertical. If anything, he was horizontal. He looked like he was fading away from the basket. And not to mention James Harden. Yes, James Harden initiated the contact, but Lonzo also dipped his shoulder. It looked like he dipped his shoulder into it. I have to see it one more time, but
Brandon,
that's
in a game moment, sure, when you look at the film, okay, but in a game moment, you're calling that?
I would call it.
You would call that?
That call, I would probably call it, just because of what I've been brought up on as a rule. A lot of that James Harden stuff, I don't get it. The whole
because there's a bunch of other ones that we're not gonna go down. Like these are just two prime examples because they pointed these ones out. But yeah, the entire game, like phantom calls, where we all know the story. It eventually turned into Kuzma and LeBron playing defense with their hands behind their back. We know the whole thing. But go ahead.
Like James Harden initiated the contact. That's like putting up, let's say, I don't know, John Wall. Let's say John Wall did this up against Enes Kanter. It
would be a call because you can't use Enes Kanter because that's a nick.
Okay. Okay. Your other favorite player, Allen, on the Nets.
I don't care. I hate you. I didn't even know what you were talking about until you said Nets. I hate you.
On the board with 3.
You know, like if Allen did the exact same thing that Lonzo did, would you call that foul?
I'm not calling that foul regardless. In the game moment, no.
So if
because it's not definitive for me. When you see the film, you can make the argument, and I will agree. Like, if I'm in New Jersey and you're reviewing that call and I'm looking at it slow motion, I'm going to eventually make the call. The Lonzo one, yes. I'm in agreement with you that that's the lesser of the two. That one is not as big of a deal as the Kuzma one. So we're reviewing it in slow motion. Yes, I'll be like, that is a foul. Let's move on. Give them the foul. Shoot the free throws. But in the game moment, that's one of those things I'm letting go. But again, I would not beak it in the league because I'm not going to give James Harden his James Harden calls. So therefore, I would be bad. In the heat of a moment, in a fast break like that where it did not affect his shot enough, I'm not giving him that foul. But in a review in slow motion after watching like that, sure.
Right.
But in an in-game moment, in a fast break moment that he's trying to bail himself out by making a fast break layup that he could have still made even with that contact that he eventually missed. No, I'm not giving him that call. You can yell at me all you want. Get a tech. Move on. Like, I'm not giving you that call in the game moment and with that kind of momentum. And that's that. I'm not partial to the Lakers or the Rockets, so that you can't say that's biased to me. And of course, okay, I take that back. You could use the argument because it's Lonzo Ball, fine, but that's not. I'm being completely honest because I see it with the Knicks, and I'll say that with Knicks games where I'll say that the refs are trash, but it's benefiting us though. Like I pay attention to that stuff because I want consistency, and there's no consistency, especially with like that Rockets team, especially, and before Lakers too. I don't feel like it's happened as much this season with you guys, but before Lakers, LeBron gets away with a lot of stupid calls too, and we know that. I haven't seen it as much. You would know better than me, but in some of the games, and you see LeBron complain a lot more this season than we've seen in the past because he's not getting these LeBron calls as much anymore. I don't know why. I don't know if I'm seeing that true. Maybe I'm missing some. You would know because you watch the games. But in the past, LeBron gets those same type of no-hit, no-contact fouls, and he goes to the free throw line kind of thing.
When people have a lot more of their hands on LeBron, on his arm.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff.
On the shoulder. And LeBron won't get these calls. So that's why you see the step-back jumpers, the elusive step-back jumpers. Because he's figured out, like, the last 3 years, I'm not
getting those. Yeah.
Like, just because I'm 6'8", 260.
It's the Shaq rule, man. Yeah, they ref him like Shaq.
It's hard to officiate somebody like that.
They ref him like Shaq. I will agree with that. LeBron does flop. He has his times. He has his moments. But as much as he doesn't get away, no one in the league gets away with him as much as James Harden. I've been saying this for years. James Harden is the king. The minute that they implemented that flopping rule, where if you flop you get fines, I'm like, that's everybody besides James Harden.
That I feel like the NBA
never heard about it since. Yeah, 100%. It's not a thing anymore. That thing's gone.
I don't know why. Delano said, with his back turned, you can just yes, I can still justify calling that a foul. That's not a basketball play. And two,
but see, in game, like, to me, it looked like James Harden stepped into him. That's why to me, it's not. I wouldn't call it a foul. But yes, when you see it in slow motion, that's different. Like, okay, all right, Lonzo did slightly bring himself into him, but I'm talking about in a game moment. Like, to me, I'm letting that go because to me, it looked like James Harden went into him.
If
God,
Lonzo,
my mustache is in my nose, man, and it's irritating the hell out of me.
If Lonzo was square to James Harden or square to the hoop, I guarantee that call could have gone differently.
Probably
would have gone different.
Anyways, speaking of Lonzo Ball, this all comes to the call that happened today. A lot of you guys who follow me on Twitter, you guys saw me retweet it. I'm going to play it. I'm going to let you guys decide and let me know if this is a foul or not. But I'll tell you right now, when it happens, it wasn't called as a foul. Again, it isn't a Laker play, but these are the examples that were being put in front of us. But here's this one. And it's look at that. Jesus, Kyle Kuzma, my Lord. I didn't see that part. You see the wait. Look at the Wizards bench. Who is that? Who Who is that doing all that? Brandon, I think it's Thomas Bryant. Please look at Thomas Bryant on the bench after Kuzma gets dropped. My man looked like he's about to b-boy breakdance on him. Look at the bench. Look at the bench. It's Thomas Bryant. Look at Thomas Bryant. Look at him. What is
that's
I'm sorry. All right. Now here's the real play. We're gonna start it over. Here's the real play. Foul or nah? I'm gonna ask you guys.
hell yeah.
Melvin saying that he blocked the. Okay, well, agree to disagree. There was no ball. Please look. If you even look at his my favorite part. There are levels to this play that irritate the hell out of me. Here's one. Lonzo Ball, the stoic, quiet man that we all know who he is. Like, a lot of people don't know Lonzo Ball could even talk. A lot of people think Lonzo Ball is mute. Okay.
That's not even Ball.
That's it. Okay, that's exhibit 2. I'm gonna get to that in a second. But exhibit 1, look at Lonzo Ball flexing like he got muscles. Okay, that's not a thing we're accustomed to. All right, and on top of that, Kyle Kuzma, the play we just watched, Kyle Kuzma said not but 3 words. Maybe he showed a little emotion, got a technical foul. Lonzo Ball, this is the beginning of it. Lonzo Ball goes on. He's yelling in the direction of the ref. Now he's getting closer to the referee. Referee, huh? I didn't hear you, buddy. What's that? I'm sorry. He's yelling him, saying things. No technical foul. Fishy? Okay, now let's get into let's break down this so-called block. Okay, show me at what point John Wall's hand goes towards the ball. To me, I see the hand stay entirely up and hitting off of arm. Look at John Wall. Look at the red sleeve on John Wall. In no way, shape, or form does that hand hit the ball or go towards the ball. And that is all contact. Right, I paused it perfectly. He's in front of the ball right now. He misses the entire ball, but gets all of Lonzo Ball. Get it? Anyways, I saw that tweet already. I'm not going to reuse that joke. Someone said, the only ball John Wall blocked was Lonzo Ball. I was like, get the hell out of here with that stupid crap. This is all contact.
You can't. I don't care. What do you have? 3 officials per game, right? If the first number 45, if he can't see it, which I can understand, I guess, if he can't see it, the other 2 refs behind, I know their lanes. One of them has the left side of the free throw line. The other one has the right, and then the ref down below, number 45, has all of the paint.
Yeah.
If they can't see that call, I don't know what.
I don't know what it is.
I can't explain that. Like, you can't sit there and tell me that he's not going through his body for a block shot.
Ooh, this is my favorite part. Me and Brandon talk about this. Look at James Harden, or James, what's his name? John Wall. My man, look, I blocked him. Yeah, look at him acting like he blocked. This man know damn well that he got all body and no ball in that situation.
If that happened to him, John Wall would have been thrown out the game.
100%.
Guaranteed.
100%.
So I do not understand. Like, I'm sure tomorrow we're just gonna be like, oh, okay, like we're gonna move on because there's other games. But
this is gonna be a dead conversation by tomorrow for sure. Except if you watch the fumble, I'm sure we're gonna make a story out of it. But
what is coming down to is unless the NBA, unless the players act out, nothing's gonna change.
Mm-hmm.
That they had the same problem last year. I think there was like a record of how many technical fouls was being thrown out.
Mm-hmm.
And the mere fact LeBron got thrown out the very first time of his NBA career. Like, something needs to be changed. Like, a rule needs to be implemented. You need to go back to the flopping rule. That I feel like is only
rule. I don't think it's real. I think that was a myth. I think that was a Mandela effect. I think we imagined that rule was made. Because I've never heard or seen anything like that happen since. I haven't seen anyone get fined about it. I don't know, man.
Like, I feel like that was just the Houston Rockets. That's the Houston Rockets foul.
There is no ball touch in this situation. Lonzo loses the ball.
Lonzo got touched, so
we're not making that joke, Brandon. We're better than that. We're better than that here on Coast to Coast. Like, this is incredible to me.
Nothing touches ball.
That is incredible to me. Oh, that angle is even better. This angle's even better. Look at this. Oh God.
Give me a second.
This angle's even better. Like, how do you show that highlight confidently?
He's going through his shoulder.
How do you show this highlight confidently? Look at that block. You're right. You know what, referee? I see it now. I see he blocked it with his elbow. You're right.
The 2K block.
I see it now.
I get it, 2K. I get it. We're there. We're there. We understand now. I don't know.
I see it now.
I don't know.
Brandon, do you see it? He's blocked with his elbow. You're right. 2K block. Yeah. I apologize. NBA. You're right. How dare I? That is a real block. My bad. I don't know. I don't know, bro. I don't know, man.
Like, am I, me as a Lakers fan, am I asking too much? Am I asking too much for a foul? Not for LeBron. No, you're not going to put our terrible worst free throw shooter on the team at the free throw line. No, we're just going to put Lonzo Ball, still trying to make a name for himself, on the free throw line. It's clear as daylight. You can't sit there and tell me, oh, my bad, I missed it. No, you more than missed it.
Get the heck out of here with that.
I am not calling this call for whatever reason. Because referees do have that occasional where, like, they miss a call, a makeup call.
Mm-hmm.
They'll have those every now. Old school refs usually do this. Shout out to Leon Wood. He's one of those old school officials.
Yes.
But you can't. There's no explanation for that.
Mm-hmm.
There is not. And we can pull out all types of footage from Knicks games to Miami Heat games.
That's what I'm. 100%. That's what I was trying to find the frightened one, but
there's plenty of footage where it's just like, that is a blatant foul. How did you not call it?
Mm-hmm.
I get it that they're human beings, but if you want to hold players to the same accountability to be playing at their best, we need to do the same thing for officials.
100%.
It's that simple.
100%.
I can't wait for Stephen A. Smith tomorrow. Oh, I can't wait. Can't wait. He's gonna be sleeping midway through the segment, but it's okay. I feel so bad for Stephen A. Dude. I feel so bad.
I don't. It's whatever.
Why not?
He's working and he fell asleep. But yeah, sometimes you get caught slipping when you're that old, man. I ain't tripping about him. What are you falling asleep? What are you upset about? Or feel bad about?
Feel bad that he's worked so many hours.
Man, I don't feel he don't feel bad for himself either. He knows that. He got caught slipping. Move on. He's a meme now. He's already been a meme, so I don't mean nothing. Stephen A. is a fake Knicks fan, and that's the thing. I do still agree with some things Stephen A. Smith says, but when he talks about the Knicks, it's just any big media, TNT, ESPN, Fox, like I tune them out. I get curious because here every now and then you'll get a nice take, and I'm like, okay, cool, I'll take that one for what it is, but I tune them out wholeheartedly. But yeah, I was trying to find the Frank Ntilikina block that was called a foul, but can't find it anywhere because we're not the Lakers, so whatever. Who cares about what we do, right? Brandon, what you said at the end is perfect. Like it's not about the names. It's not about who's right, who's wrong. I want consistency. That's all it is. All we want, especially with these new rules and all this BS that they're trying to blame it on, all we want league-wide is consistency, and we don't get that. One of these days, one of these seasons, and I keep saying, and I never do it. And when I first started this channel, I made a video. I don't remember exactly what video it was. It's when I first started this channel, one of my first early videos that started to pop. I had said it in the video talking about what we're talking about right now with fouls, and it was a game that it was the Memphis game when Courtney Lee got into it. A lot of you guys have to remember this. Courtney Lee got into it with the refs at the end of the game because that game was just terribly officiated. It was horribly officiated, and I made the comment saying that I can record all of either the A non-calls and all of the B calls that were not fouls on us, and it's always heavily against the Knicks because I know I sound crazy and I know I sound like a Knicks fan complaining about it, but there are times. There's times where I've had Brandon watch the Knicks game with me. There's times where I have other homies watch the games with me, and they sit there, they'll be like, whoa, especially in the Carmelo Anthony era, because Carmelo Anthony used to get no calls. I used to love that. I love when Melo used to do that crap, when he would leave the headband on his neck or he would leave the headband covering his eye, because Melo was one of the only superstars that never got the benefit of the doubt with these referees. I used to love watching these games with these guys because they would hear me talk about it. They would laugh because, still Chris, you're so funny. Then they see it and they're like, whoa. All the time,
That's my
every
actual
time.
voice, by the way.
Yeah, that's how Brandon starts. Like, Chris, you're hilarious, man. You're the funniest guy I know. That's Brandon. So he says it to me all the time. I'm like, thanks, man. But look, no, but like, so one of these years, I'm going to record an entire season of games and make a compilation on it, just for the culture of the New York Knicks, for people to understand what I'm talking about, because they don't get it. We don't get home court advantages when it comes to officiating. We don't get it. Like in the Garden, we don't get, because most time, some of these games when you're home, the refs, they pull a little bit towards you because you get that home court advantage. Knicks don't get that. We never get that. There's a reason why the Knicks fans are always yelling out BS, bullshit, or they say ref, you suck. It's always in the Garden because we always get that. Look, again, this is not a Knicks video. I apologize. It's just this, we're talking about the Lakers situation because they were the ones that have it on film, and because it's the Lakers and because people are going to put eyes on it. I'm glad that we're being able to talk about this, face flat, for face value. I'm done. We're talking about the referees. It's not all the referees' fault. I am a believer of that, but
playoffs are a long way. I understand that the NBA wants it. The regular season is literally just a selling point, and then playoffs are a different story. But there still has to be some type of consistency.
That's all I'm asking.
Regardless,
that's if you're gonna make a bad call one way, make sure it's bad on the other side too. Like, we see that every now and then. They make a bad call, then they give a ticky-tack one right back to the team. It's like, all right, cool. That makes sense. You know what? You messed up. Make up your mistake by giving us a ticket. Like, cool. Move on. But there's two.
We'll go quarters.
Huh?
We'll go quarters with bad officiating.
If that's what we have to do, I'll take it. But that Rockets game is a huge example of that not happening, because it was 8-on-5. It was 8-on-5 100%. And there was no point in that game where it ever. And the Lakers still stayed in it. That's the funny part. Oh God,
it's because we suck at free throws.
Yeah, well,
but
we right there with you, man. Knicks down there with you on free throw percentage, so don't feel too bad. You won't get that if you're playing against the Warriors. Facts, which is why we need Kevin Durant, man. We need to start getting those calls. Watch Kevin Durant too. Kevin Durant will turn into Melo, where the fouls he's accustomed to in his entire career, those things gonna be gone once he wearing that Knicks jersey. Kevin Durant,
those sweepers, no more.
Oh man, all that stuff is gone. 2001 Western Conference Final, 2006. Yes, Brandon doesn't want to probably comment on those, but those are good examples. 2001 Western Conference. What about
Kings. Man? We won fair and square. What you mean?
Okay, all right. There was a game against the Rockets where we were down by 3. Melo hit a 3 and got fouled by Harden. Ref said that it wasn't a shooting motion and gave him the 2. Yes, I remember. Please, Melo, don't get that was one of my. That's why in Brandon to this day, like when I play 2K, I always say I get Melo calls, meaning I don't get calls at all, because in 2K referees know I'm a Knicks fan. I don't get foul calls in 2K, and it's the joke of for those who watch the Knicks stream or the 2K streams, you've seen it firsthand. Okay, we're not talking about referees anymore. We're moving on to the next segment. This is where we get a little bit more lighthearted and talk about things. This is we're talking about the Trevor Reason debacle, about the failed trade. Back to the Suns just being a terribly run organization. That is the funniest thing.
What do you mean we ain't getting Marshawn Brooks?
They wanted Dylan Brooks, but they weren't getting Marshawn Brooks. So they were in there like, oh boy, I can't wait to bring in Dylan Brooks. The Grizzlies called him back. All right, so we're ready to send over. Who did we have? We're getting ready to send over Marshawn Brooks in the pick. I'm sorry, Marshawn who now? Yeah, Marshawn Brooks. That's who you agreed to, right? No, Dylan Brooks. Oh, no. You crazy if you think we'd say that. No, it was Marshawn Brooks. Cancel the deal. And that was pretty much how it happened. So nothing went down. Phoenix misread the print, misheard the phone call. We don't know what it was. And then we also hear that the Wizards were like, man, we didn't even talk to anybody. I don't know how we got a part of this deal. It was a whole thing. But at the end of the day, Phoenix and Phoenix and Washington made the trade. It was Trevor Ariza. Was it anybody else with Trevor Ariza in the deal, or was it just Trevor Ariza? There had to be something else. A pick.
It was just Trevor
for Kelly Oubre and Austin Rivers.
Yep.
Dang, man. That's a lot for whatever. But yeah, so Kelly Oubre and Austin Rivers are now Suns, and Trevor Ariza back with the Wizards. Apparently, after we saw them play against the Lakers tonight, they don't need Trevor Ariza, but that's neither here nor there. Just kidding, Brandon.
I heard you.
So here's my question. Obviously, they're gonna put Austin Rivers back to being a point. We know that in the league he's been better at the two, but they're probably gonna experiment with him being at the point again. They're going to try to get Duke, Austin Rivers. Is he the answer to their problems? Is Kelly Oubre going to get lost in the system? Because he was playing well for them, the Wizards, for the last few games. What's your thoughts on that?
I don't know
what the Suns are doing.
I don't know. Well, I don't think the Suns know what they're doing. I don't know if Austin's ever going to be – like, he's going to have opportunity. He's going to have his own team. Kind of have his own team, so maybe he might be okay. I just don't know because he also had the opportunity in New Orleans, and he didn't capitalize. Once he started playing under,
but I'm agreeing. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be a big thing. I think he is. Oh God, I'm gonna get killed for this. He is a Trey Burke. Trey Burke is he's proven that he is a solid player. But to me, Trey Burke he's a Lou Williams he's a 6-man guy, and I feel like that's Austin Rivers. He's not a star. Like, he's not gonna be that point guard, that go-to point guard. He's a great guard off the bench. He will give you those 30-point nights. He'll give you those 20-point nights. He'll give you those consistent 12 to 15 games, but 12 to 15-point nights. But he's not gonna be that groundbreaking point guard that the Suns are looking for. And my other thing is, the Trevor Ariza to the Lakers thing Trevor Ariza to the Lakers made more sense because Trevor Ariza was just adding to the help compared to the Wizards. They're trash, and they almost make it seem like Trevor Ariza is going to be a savior. Like, I don't understand that. And is there something I'm missing about old man Trevor Ariza?
I mean, they already have that position filled, so I don't know why. I don't know. Trevor, as far as I know, Trevor, he's just a 3-and-D guy.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. This whole thing just has Suns stank all over it. Like, but then the Wizards just as much of idiot. I don't know, dude. This trade is just just leave it to the two idiot teams in the league to go do that. For those who don't know, I hate the Wizards, by the way. If you didn't already know that, it's just a nonsense move to me. I don't know. Trevor Ariza, I don't know.
Dwight mad Kelly left.
Wait, what? Damn, Dwight mad.
Like, he was so cute.
Oh no! Dwight was heated. Who went? Damn it! I ain't even healthy yet. I didn't get back in that locker room. Dwight won't try and grab some nonsense with Trevor Ariza. That's what it was. You're right. They got rid of the two young guns out, man. They got rid of both. Oh, man, I can't. I'm not playing along with y'all knuckleheads. You ain't going to get me to play along. Oh, man. I don't know. That's such a nonsense move, bro.
I mean, like I said, it makes sense for the Suns to try and get somebody that can play point.
But it's just they have all of this potentially good talent at the forward, but it's an overabundance. They don't know what they're going to get out of Josh Jackson yet. He's shown signs. Kelly Oubre has shown signs of being a pretty solid overall player. Mikal Bridges is young, and he's showing signs that he could eventually be a great player too. Who am I missing? They got other people, right? Who am I missing? Your cousin. Yeah. TJ Warren is there. He's not always there. I feel like he needs to go to a different. You know what TJ Warren would fit really well with? He should go to the Spurs, yo. Because he's a good player when his mind is right. If he's with a Greg Popovich that makes him play, TJ Warren would be nice on the Spurs. Facts. But no, true, but not true. TJ Warren is one of those guys that has shown on nights that he's like he gives you some great stats, But because he's on the Suns, then he'll give you those nights where it's like 11, 5 points. He's like, I did what I had to do.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just the Suns just don't make any sense to me. They're like, I know how we do better. We have a bunch of point guards. Let's get rid of them and deal with just Tyler Ulis.
And we're just gonna have
a bunch of forwards.
Yeah, they literally just flip
the same thing, but in a different position. I don't know. And none of these guys can stretch the 4. Like none of them. I mean, maybe TJ, he's big enough to play the 4, but none of these other guys. Mikal Bridges is about 2 pounds. He can't play the 4. If anything, he plays more 2 than 3, anyways. Because, like you said, with Devin Booker out, Josh Jackson can't defend the 4 like that. I don't know, man. I don't know. Speaking of Josh Jackson, remember you guys almost drafted Josh Jackson over Lonzo Ball? That would have been fun. That would have been fun. Look, Arizona, Phoenix wouldn't be in the same position they were now if they drafted Lonzo. I'll tell you that much.
That was a lot of fluff.
That really was. But we were saying that then. That ain't nobody believing these reports. I'll tell you one thing though. If they had Lonzo, Devin Booker, and they were as bad as they were, and they managed to get Ayton.
You're breaking Steven's heart by mentioning us having Devin Booker. You're breaking his heart. You're breaking his heart.
I'm not saying you guys know. I'm saying, I mean, I didn't even get that far. I'm talking about the Suns. Like, if they had Lonzo, Booker, and I don't know, man. They would go back to the old days playing fast, and literally the other guys just have to score. I don't know if that'd be. I'm not saying they would be like that. I'd just be saying they wouldn't be trash like this. Anyways, I don't know. And that's another thing. This has nothing to do with anything, but I hate that the Suns made that trade. Making that trade the Mikal Bridges trade. Like, I wish Mikal Bridges was on the Sixers so bad. Now he's just wasting away in Phoenix. It's just so sad. And
Zaire got hurt.
Yeah, he got hit with the curse.
Yeah.
The Philly curse. Yeah, you know how they go. The initiation. You come in injured so we can, make you how we want you.
It happens, I guess, in all sports in Philly because then, look at
I guess, yeah. Yeah, look at Wentz. Suns on. That's what I'm saying. Suns have a decent team. But I'm saying, if they had a solid point guard like Lonzo Ball, that's a pass-first guy with all those, like, before the Marcus Chris trade and stuff like that, like, even with TJ Warren and, man, I don't know. That would just be something to think about.
It would have been a lot better. A lot better.
It would have been something that would have been a different team, man. And if you gave them to Earl Watson too, say what you will about Earl Watson. He's a player's guy.
I never
You didn't have an opinion about him?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But he was a good player's guy as an assistant. So it's like he would literally eat up the LeVar Ball. Like he'd be like, LeVar says this. He's true. He was one of the ambassadors for the JBA. So like LeVar would have been like, play my son. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, yeah. Play him the whole entire game. Yeah, okay, yeah.
40 minutes, yeah.
40 minutes, do it.
No backup.
Yeah.
No backup.
Oh my gosh. Oh man.
I do like his girlfriend.
Oh my God. Oh man. Oh, Joy Taylor. Jeez. Oh, God bless her. God bless Joy Taylor. She's the only reason why. What's it called? I tune into Colin Cowherd's show. And that's the thing, cause she don't only look good. Like she knows what she's talking about. Have you ever listened to her podcast?
Oh yeah.
Oh my man.
Yeah, I listened to it.
God bless Joy Taylor. Joy Taylor is she up there.
Her and Dylan Brooks.
Dylan Brooks.
Not.
Like, nope. You got me there.
I was reading the chat. What's her name? She's on Bleacher Report. She recently just signed.
Taylor Rooks, right? Some
Taylor
Rooks. Yeah. Her too. Yeah, for sure. And Rachel.
Rachel who?
And Rachel Pickles back in her heyday. I mean, she still looked good too, but Rachel Pickles back when she was like TNT, ESPN.
Oh, Rachel Nichols.
Sorry, I call her Rachel Pickles. My bad. Yeah, Rachel Nichols. CK whispered when he said he looks good. When she said she looks good, man. That's one of those things you just gotta think about. Joy got nice hair. You hear me? Joy got some nice hair. I got you, MH. I'm trying to say this. That's how MH said it when he typed up. Man, Joy got some nice hair. That's what he talked about. Man, Joy got some nice hair. Anyways, enough about Joy Taylor. If you don't know who Joy Taylor is, look her up.
You're welcome.
Not you, Dylan. Taylor, yeah. Where was she at? Taylor, was she with the Sixers? I can't remember where Taylor was. She was with somebody else.
She was New York media, I thought.
That's right. She wasn't with the. That's right. And she went Bleacher Report.
Yeah.
Dylan Crooks.
She did it. She did an interview with our boy Michael Beasley.
Yeah.
And that's what Michael Beasley.
Yeah, that's what. Yes, the greatest interview of all time. 11% lazy. Yeah, that was. Oh man, that was when we signed him. Because that's the thing. I liked Beasley, but I didn't like him like I liked him last year. Because when I saw the interview, I'm like, oh, he's gonna be a character. But man, oh man, and then what sold me was the interview we were talking about. He's just a left-handed Carmelo Anthony. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna enjoy the season. I'm going to enjoy the season. And then Michael Beasley became the mascot of my channel last year. Oh man, CK, I'm telling. Oh, you could tell she in the other room. I'll tell her too.
I'll text Carly right now.
Tell her. The channel saw Carly for the first time in today's video, and they were surprised by me. It's rude, first and foremost. Y'all rude for that.
Rude.
I got one of my favorite comments I got was somebody was saying, "Oh, now I know why you don't try to hit on Brit because you got something like that back home." I was like, "Chill." I know. I was like, "Yo, look, y'all need to stop." Y'all need to stop. Anyway, I know, man. Y'all ignorant on the internet, y'all.
Reckless.
Ignorance is on the internet. Anyways, Beasley's the unofficial Knicks mascot.
Yes.
Always will be. Forever and always. Yes. Forever and always, Candace Parker. We should do that one of these days. We'll try to be not as degrading, but just like no, like it has to be a complete thing. Like you can't just look good and be in sport. Like if they look good and know their thing or look good and are killing it at their we'll do something like that. It's not as degrading, right? Because that's the thing. It's rough, right? It's a fine line. We'll talk about it in post. It's a fine line. Yeah, we'll talk about it in post. We'll talk about that. CK, you know that man crush on E-Man. E-Man? Who's E-Man? You talking about Bees? Oh, Emmanuel. Oh, yeah. That's my 100%. That's my guy. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Moutier. Yeah. E-Man. Yeah. You're right. Moutier. That's man. I'll tell Brandon. I can't tell you guys. You guys will know soon enough. I'll tell Brandon my idea with Emmanuel Moody and Michael. We'll talk about that later. Anyways, we're approaching that finishing stretch with our show as we normally do. Before we get into Brandon's final words, a lot of Knicks fans, we don't know much about it, and technically Laker fans don't either, but you will probably know in the future. The league announced another jersey, which adds to the 4 of 4 jerseys this entire season. So we have the association, the icon, the statement, and now the
Rick, how dare you?
The earned jersey. Mood EA. Candace Parker versus Kobe.
Rick, how dare you?
No comment. But MH, too far, MH, too far. My man said, Moody, those big lips. Too far, bitch. Too far. Anyway, what was I saying? So the earned jerseys. The earned jerseys is the new thing that the league are announced this season. We're going to briefly go over because only the teams that made the playoffs in the past season got an earned jersey. Sadly, Brandon's Lakers and my Knicks didn't get one. Brandon's are probably going to get one next season. The Knicks probably won't get one until I am in a retiring home. But that's fine. So we're going to go over slightly some of these earned jerseys, and we're going to see which ones are hot and which ones are not. Because I actually, to be honest, I don't think there was any bad ones, to be real with y'all.
Maybe the Bucks one.
It was the same one. It just was white. It's the same jersey. Just you. It's yellow or nothing.
Like
right?
that. Like no, that's the least. That's like the least favorite. That's all. I'm not saying it's bad. I
don't know. I did the reason. I think like the Blazers probably my least because just some of these teams were just lazy. Like here's my jersey, but it's red now. Like the Blazers. Like watch. We'll go over them right now. The Spurs, I'm like lazy. We've seen these. Like you guys aren't even trying to like get creative. Like we'll go over them right now. Hold on. Hold the horses, guys. Hold your horses. Oh, are the pictures loading up, or am I not getting pictures? Y'all gonna give me no pictures of the jerseys? That's all I get. No, I want zoomed in pictures. Yeah, OKC's jerseys are lazy. These jerseys are just lazy. Some of them are. Oh, come on, man. Did you guys know this is the end of our show? Like, can you guys give me a better list?
Yeah. Come on.
Can you guys be more woketh?
Woketh? Wow.
Yeah. Never heard that before?
I stay woke.
Kiss. All right, we'll do this one. It's not as big, but you guys you'll be able to see them. So here's a white screen. This is probably one of the fanciest white screens you'll ever see, but here comes the jerseys right now. So these are all teams that made the playoffs last year, Eastern and Western Conference. The top are the white jerseys, and the bottom ones are the colored. God, that sounded so racist. Anyways, you see that a lot of them are exactly like the city jerseys, just colored a different color. Like you'll see New Orleans, the jerseys that they have right now that look exactly like that one. It's red instead of white. Bucks, it's yellow instead of white. Wolves, it's the Purple Rain one instead of white. Pacers, it's gray instead of white. What's it called? The Spurs have had that jersey for forever, so they're lazy. Cleveland, the colors, it's the Tide Pod color versus the white and blue. All these jerseys, a lot of them are pretty much just changed up color wise, but it's the same jersey as the city jerseys. But I don't know. I like them. It's cool. It's like a fun little. I like the concept of it. I like the concept that you get to the playoffs, you get an extra jersey. But I mean, if this is all it is, like I'm whatever on it. Like not much has changed.
Yeah.
But it's cool. I'm a fan of jersey ideas. I'm a fan of seeing creativity. As much as I'm not a Nike head, I'm an Adidas guy. Nike is very creative when it comes to their sportswear. So I love to see their ideas when it comes to jerseys. So, I mean, if this is something that'll be fun for the future, I think that'd be cool. But these are the ones that we're seeing right now.
Yeah, I'm still iffy on the Bucks one. Everything else, like,
yeah, seeing it now, I agree. I think my two favorites are actually the New Orleans one and the Cleveland one. I like those two a lot.
Yeah.
I like the New Orleans one, looks cool. Like it embodies New Orleans, and the Cleveland one just looks clean.
That looks like something Derek would make for the last year's Pro-Am team.
Yeah.
I feel like he would make that kind of jersey.
I'd be cool with that if he did. I would have no problem with that. Denver's Eternal Rainbow. That's it. Nothing much to say about that. The T-Wolves jersey is fire. You know what is missing on here? That's not on here is the Miami Heat jersey.
Those are nice.
Those ones are cool. They complete the set. They're pink. It's like the Miami Vice set is completed with those jerseys. But yeah, I like it.
Makes me want to go play that game again.
Miami Vice. Oh, Vice City.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually we talked about this 2 weeks ago, but I saw Scarface for the first time. Watched it again last week. I watched it 3 times in just the last 2 weeks.
Come on, man.
I'm hooked now. Like I'm so upset that it took me this long. It's a great movie.
One of the greatest movies of cinema history.
It really is, and I'm upset that it took me long to see it, and I'm glad I finally got to see it. Let me see what you guys thought. That's BS. What happened to the Christmas jerseys? I know that was an Adidas thing. Obviously Nike didn't adopt it because they don't have Christmas jerseys inbound because we would have saw them by now. New Orleans is ugly. Melvin, stop. CK put up a picture of the OVO jersey the Raptors wore. I mean, we've seen them. It's the black and they're good. It's just we've seen whatever. Go Drake. GTA Vice City. Yup, yeah, great game. Miami Vice got pink. That one's fire. Cleveland first. Cleveland first and last earned it. Yeah, 100%. They ain't getting one ever again. That's a fact. That is a fact. New Orleans is okay. Every other one I hated. Sheesh, Delano.
You're a tough judge, my friend.
You are a tough crowd, man.
Tough cookie.
Anyways, so that's where we end the show. We had a very heated show. It was fun, though. I appreciate all you guys for being here. As always, you know what we end the show with. We end the show with some words of positivity. I wouldn't say words of wisdom. I'm not saying that they're not wise words, but it's more so to give you positivity throughout the week. I don't know about you guys, but this is my last work week until the winter break. So I'm looking forward to this week wholeheartedly.
I'll be on vacation on Wednesday.
Hey, well, just one day?
No, Wednesday I leave.
Oh, that's okay.
I get on the plane.
Where are you going?
I'm going to Vegas. I'm gonna go see one of my old teammates out there.
That's what's up. That's what's
Yeah.
up. Are you gonna get crunk, or is it like it's a chill Vegas trip?
We'll see. We'll find out. You know what happens in Vegas.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's gonna get crunk. My only question to you is: are you gonna be back in time for next week's episode, or are we
yes,
gonna
I
have
come
to
back
scoop
Saturday
you up?
morning.
Okay, cool. So Brandon's gonna be low energy and completely hungover. Sounds fun. Anyways, no, I'm just kidding. I'm playing with you. You wanna get the people your words for this week, or are you gonna pull another? Oh, I wasn't ready. I didn't know you were gonna do this again.
No, I'm prepared.
My
this
man.
week, okay?
All right,
I'm ready.
I got the song ready too. Let's get it. Go ahead.
Oh, we good. So my word of advice for this coming week is do not have negative people influence your life.
Facts. Sorry, go ahead.
So what I mean by that is toxic people. I'm sure everybody has their own. They tend to try and guide us, or not even guide us. They try and direct us. Meanwhile, people that have the best interest in you and your wants and your needs and your desires and your goals, they're more of a guidance to you. They're more of advisors to you, instead of people just saying, oh, I think you should do this. I think you should do that. No, Chris, we actually just had lunch with all of my good friends, well, majority of my good friends. We missed a couple of people, and it didn't feel like a burden. You know how sometimes when you have to go see somebody, it's like, oh, I'm doing this for them, or no, it was genuine. We all wanted to come see each other, have a good time. We got to see Baby Nine. We got to see all the fellas together before the holidays kick in. It felt nice. It felt genuine. There was no toxicity. That's how things should be. Sometimes people, they forget that they don't know how that feels in terms of just genuine love for somebody else. So my thing is, this week, try and weed out all the toxic people, especially with the holidays coming in
and the new year starting.
And the new year starting too.
Thanks.
You'll thank me for saving your money, especially for that dumb gift you probably shouldn't have gotten for them.
Didn't deserve it, yeah.
And you start off the new year fresh,
the right way.
Yeah, exactly.
I totally agree. And especially if you're a younger viewer, it might not make sense, but you'll think it's in the long run, and it's something that I definitely learned later. Not everybody is there for you, even though they are friendly to you. Basically, I like that. That's definitely a good one. I can wholeheartedly agree to.
We can thank Stephen Tillman for inspiring that, because he brought everybody together. Man. That's our good friend. That's
the homie. For shout out to the mans. But yeah, man, take that with you. Take that into the new year. Don't let that just guide you this week. Let that one be a lesson for you for long term, for sure. That is 100% true. Especially whatever you're trying to do, business, whatever you're trying to get into, it'll definitely make sense. So definitely try to make it make sense before you get into that position, for sure. But yeah, that's the end of our show this week, y'all. Another fun show. We're on it. Today was episode 9. Like we said last week, a lot of podcasts, a lot of live shows. They normally wrap around episode 7, episode 8. Look at us.
We're moving on to episode 9.
We ready 10. To go to 10. Look, shoot, this is just starting. This is season 1. This is the reason why I put an S1 episode whatever on every one of these episodes, because this is just the beginning. It's just gonna keep getting better, y'all. It's just gonna keep getting better. But much love to all you guys, especially the regulars, the people that come through every single week, the people that be sharing it on Twitter, the people that be checking in, the homie, like you always checking in, all you guys that be checking in and looking forward to the show, spreading the word, bringing in new people. Like, you guys don't understand how grateful we are, whether it be for the channels, whether it be for just coast to coast, man. Y'all real ones for it. Like, I don't know. We can never say thank you enough to y'all support. Speaking of which, Bilal, if you're still in the chat, you're a real one for your donations today. I know I said I was gonna move the voice chat to $2. I will do it as soon as this is over. So next time you want to hear your thing read, $2. I got you. But again, you don't have to donate. I appreciate it. Love the donations, but you ain't got to. It's all good, man. Your support is more than enough. You being here is more than enough. But much love to y'all. Y'all have a good week. See you guys next week. It'll be the show before Christmas. Christmas shouldn't affect anything. We should be fine. We should be good. But yeah, man. Y'all have a good week. Episodes will be back. My videos will be back to normal after tomorrow's game. Brandon will be back on track whenever he can get back on track. But of course, subscribe to him if you haven't. Subscribe to me if you haven't. Hit the like button. Catch you guys in the next one. We out of here.
We out.
We out. Chill.